Hello, it's Miss Rayfield here to talk to you today about sight words and TPR. And you may be wondering to yourself, what is TPR? Why are sight words important? And today I hope to answer those questions for you. So, as my stakeholders or people that will be continuing on in this research journey that I have started, here are some questions I hope that I can answer for you today. What is a sight word? Why is it important? What is total physical response? How can it improve my students' reading? What did my research show that I've done so far? And how can I improve my action plan? And then lastly, what role as a stakeholder will you take and I take to continue on in these steps and continue your students' learning? Here we go. So, the first things first, sight words. What are they? Where can we see them? How do we know, or how can they make our students better readers? As you can see behind me, I have my sight word wall. And the sight word wall really isn't anything, because if I just flash you a card, flash, 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 sometimes you read them, but the point is retention, is to retain these sight words. So that moves us into the research. And one study that I found for the effects of sight word instruction on student reading abilities was from a study in 2016 from Hayes. And what he found is that sight words build confidence in readers, they improve their overall reading abilities, and in combination with some phonics and other things, they become like I said, can become better readers. So as you can see inside the story, this is one of our first books here. And as you can see, sight words are used frequently to fill in when kids are not quite decoding words yet. So take this picture. I can eat. We see the picture of eat because we might not be able to decode that word yet. The salad. So eat and salad are rebus pictures because we don't know how to read those words yet. But we can use the I, the can, and the sight words that we know. Take the word the, for instance. You can't just say the word the. It doesn't say it doesn't sound like what it says. So 3 important things to know about sight words and know why they're important. So sight words are some common words that they have to recognize instantly without sounding them out. Taking the word the as a perfect example. Is not other word the. So we use something like this. THE spells the. THE spells the. Then we hold things like this. The lanyard. The book. That's an example of how TPR can be used to help us spell and remember and retain those words. Recognizing sight words can help kids become faster and more fluent readers. These words are not just in the first book that we learn. They're in all the books that we read. And if you pick up a newspaper or a book, you'll find these words there. And so many sight words are tricky to read and spell because they're not spelled the way they sound. Let's take the word you. If we were to look at the word you, it says ya, u, or ya, Now, this is not ya. So how can we remember the word you? This is where TPR, or total physical response, can come into play. YOU spells you. YOU spells you. See, as I do that action, I can do that action when I'm trying to write that down, or I'm trying to look at those letters, and I can start to do that. So that leads us to our next thing. What is TPR, or total physical response? How is it an effective strategy, and how can it benefit students? Now, there's been tons of research about this, and one of the things that we found was based on the findings, as you can see kind of listed here, some of those things, their retention, which means holding on to it and being able to recall it and pull it out of their memory, being able to read these little books, increased by using TPR, especially when it came to language. Now, if kids aren't exposed to maybe as much reading as they are younger, or even kids that are, always building that vocabulary. And we use those every day, those sight words every day. So some TPR or total physical response benefits. And there's a whole lot listed here. So I'm just going to summarize some of these things. It sharpens students' listening skills. So we not only have to move our bodies in some way, shape, or form, but we have to listen to what those things are. We are pairing movement with a language, and so that's effective learning because it's using all sides of the brain. They're having to hear the sound, they're having to do something with their bodies to match that sound. Kinesthetic learners, or kids who like to touch, along with visual learners, along with auditory learners who like to hear, all of those things are incorporated in these things. And TPR, or total physical response, can be done with the kids. So if I have the word like, a fun word to do is like, we can come up with a classroom thing that will help us learn the word like. Like they could say, oh, like something that they like. So so TPR is a great way to incorporate students into their learning, to initiate both sides of their brain. And I hope that we can continue to work together so that they can utilize that strategy. So on to my research and my action plan. So what did I find in my research? What did I need to improve? And how did I create my action plan? All right, so why did I choose this topic? At the time, we were doing online learning only. And what I found was that going like this and holding this up to the screen and saying the word is go, spell the word go, G-O, go. Your turn, go, is not very engaging when you're constantly doing it on a screen. You can't touch it, you can't feel it. All you can do is see and read the word. But what if I go like this? G-O, go, go, go. G-O, go, go, go. How do we spell it? G-O, the word is go. Show me the move for go. Go, 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 go. G-O, go, go, go. And so I chose TPR and sight words as my research topic because I wanted to see if teaching that strategy of TPR along with sight words would improve their sight word scores, because our sight word scores were not as good as they were in years past. So I did some research and found that TPR might be the way to go. So how did I conduct my research? What were my results? I conducted my research by, again, we were online, and so we'd see the sight words, we'd say the sight words, spell the sight words, and then we would add our TPR movement. Now, as time went on, and I did the TPR research for this, I did see results, and you'll see those here in just a minute. So those were that is why I conducted it. So how I conducted it was I would test the kids every week to see if we were improving upon that skill. And that skill was reading those sight words correctly and recognizing them in text. So here is my data. As you can see, the green line represents live participation. So the students, again, were on the computer. And as you can see, the yellow represented this number of students that did not participate but were online. So the kids might have left their camera off or might have not turned their mic on or just were very distracted. And then the red line represents how many kids did not attend. So that was the attendance and participation part of that. Then you have the sight word assessment. So as you can see from test 1, when I was not implementing the sight word strategy with the TPR, this was the results. Only 5 students got a 6 out of 6. So in my test number 2, that number jumped to 9. So 4 more kids were able to do those correctly. And as you can see, most of these kids that were moving from the 5 to 6 moved up here to the 6 out of 6. And it was really exciting too, because my 1 out of 6, I didn't have a 1 out of 6 anymore. I didn't have a 0 out of 6. So that was really exciting to see those numbers grow. And that's what I want to continue to do. And that's why we created this action plan, is to move that forward. And now that we're back in person, what we really have the opportunity to do is we have the opportunity to engage students further in their learning because they don't have all those distractions. Then there's no camera on, camera off issues. So I'm really hoping to see great results with your help. So, what are my action steps? I'm so excited to share these with you. Gotta have a plan. So, let's talk about the plan. And the plan includes you. YOU. So, your stakeholder roles and outcomes. So, this is what I need your help with. This is my help. This is your help. We're going to work together. We're going to work together. See TPR. So, how can we work together? Our desired outcomes, and what is your important role in achieving these? So, we're going to work together. How can we work together? So, we're going to look at me as a teacher, what I'm going to do, our school community, what they're going to do, and parents and students. So here we go. Let's take a peek here. So me as a teacher, some things that I'm going to do are make some sight word TPR videos to practice at home. I'm going to assess their student progress, and I'm going to assign their sight word homework and give practice at school. Remember, they're not going to have all those distractions. They'll probably still be a little distracted, but they won't have as many distractions here at school. My school community people out there, my para and my reading interventionists are going to be working diligently with me as in our admin support system. It's awesome. We are going to provide one-to-one support to students who need extra practice. So what that means is your student is going to be pulled to work with that one teacher, either me or a para or a reading interventionist, to work with that skill and work on that word and practice that word. All right, and they are also going to assist in my progress monitoring. So, parents, what can you do to help? You are going to help your students complete their homework. It's so important to do homework, especially in this time because they're not coming to school full time like a normal day. And then having students practice at home. You know, you can pick up a newspaper, you can pick up a magazine, and to be like, could you find the sight word the in this? I bet you it has the sight word the or whatever sight word they're struggling with. And I'll be communicating their progress to you. And that's one thing that's part of that assessing student progress is giving you that result so that you can see and assigning that homework for those students who might have missed a word or two. Another thing here is to help ensure or to have them find these sight words in any learning. So that was what I was talking about, pulling up a book and looking at those different things. And last but most importantly, my students, here is your job. You are going to participate, which means you are going to work with me to get this done. We're going to work together. We're going to practice together. And we're not just going to sit there going, when I'm doing the U, you're going to go Y-O-U. When we're saying go, we're going to go G-O, go, go, go. When I say we, we're going to spell it W-E, we. We're going to do it together. So I need your help. And last but not least, you're going to monitor your progress with me so we can celebrate. Because you know what you're going to do? You're going to grow. Parents, school community, and students, we are going to grow together. By working together as a team, we can complete my action plan. And before I go today, I just want to say thanks. Together, we will see our students soar as confident, fluent readers. And that's what we want. So feel free to contact me anytime. We're going to get all these sight words done, and we're going to do our best together. Congratulations, guys. We got this, okay? Keep working together and working strong.